Boy, Shelton Watson, founder and CEO of ARTSAVE Inc. And I'm here today and we're going to be talking about our first episode, which is called Ceasefire, right? And so we're going to be talking about mental health, behavioral health, gun violence, gang violence, and the intersectionalities that come with it and the traumas that come with it. So today, to my left, I have Los. In the middle, I have young Prince Amir. To my right, I have AP. AKA to my far right, I have AJ. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the first question. What makes someone want to join the gang? A young person.
They think it's entertainment. So it's like anytime like they see gangs, they think it's cool. It's just, like think it's like a motorcycle gang or something. Like they just feel like it's entertainment and all fun and games until they actually see the reality of it. Feel me? So
I gotta ask a question though, like it's like I wouldn't really like just say like gangs, like what's gangs to y'all? Cause it's like I would say like, cause it's like people would think a dead person and people get around, that's a gang. I wouldn't say like that's a gang, that's a family. That's creating a family. You feel what I'm saying? Like just because they hear this, oh them screaming this, screaming that don't make that a gang, bro. That's right. Just how we feel, and that's us just remembering his name. And that's how we carry it. That's not a gang, that's just how we feel and how we want to retaliate to that. But it's other things to that, but it's like other people, like I just feel like there's a lot of stuff to this, because people say this, like there's a lot of stuff going on with blood this, blood that. I wouldn't really, I'm not into none of that. I'm not blood, crip, I'm not none of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't got nothing to do with none of that. I'm not in no gang, so I wouldn't really say myself, I don't really know. But if you really want to talk about that, little kids these days just really, I see it, it's entertaining to them.
It goes, understand that a lot of it goes by perspectives, right? So I could understand where you coming from. And then for how other people see it, sometimes they not saying it because they see y'all together, like, oh, gathered up. They're going by your actions. So that word family go a long way. So when you say, like, you got to tell yourself, is this a gang or is it family? Because where's your family taking you? Yeah, where's your family taking you?
No, I hear that.
You get what I'm saying?
A lot of people tell me that every day. I see that, but that's why you got to build your own circle.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, it's like we all jack the same dead mans, but it's like we don't always got to be next to each other to be family. Just know we got each other when we need each other. We don't always have to be next to each other. You don't always have to be with me. You don't always have to call me. You don't always just know I'm there for you. You feel what I'm saying? When you need somebody.
So the thing about, and me, what I say is this, right? About that. I think that everybody go through their trials growing up from the neighborhoods we come from and things like that. But now we have to come up with better ideas. You understand? It ain't only about just protecting each other. It ain't only about holding the man down when he get locked up. It ain't only about that. It's also about some people, y'all got to tell each other to go, yo, listen, somebody got to go to college. Somebody got to do this. Now you got to extend the family. You can't only keep it here. You got to go. Somebody got to go meet somebody so we could go somewhere.
Great. So let me ask you, AJ, family, right? Your friends say, yo, let's go rob this liquor store. Let's go get this jokes real quick. How do you respond to that?
keep it a real buck. Hell no. Because it's like, what am I getting from that? Just money, like a couple of dollars that I should, like, it's not going to help my life. So it's just like robbing and doing all that. It's just like, it's just going to leave me in a bad position where I don't want to be. And then it was just like, if I was to just run out in the streets and then just start robbing people and doing all that, it's just like, I might as well say, for me, forget my life. Cause then it's just like, it's all going to catch up to me. So it's about worth it.
I get what he's saying, but I feel like, let's put it in this perspective. It's a lot of kids out here that will do that. Like, cause they don't have no money, their moms don't give them no money. They just to themselves. I wouldn't do that, cause it's like, I'm gonna keep it a stack. It's like, it's hard in the streets, bro. Everybody struggles, bro. Everybody's gonna struggle one time, and everybody's gonna struggle, bro. It is what it is, bro. But you gotta know, when you look up, bro, God is on your side, bro. And that's a fact, bro. And it is like, I feel like just because you don't got money, that don't mean you need to rob people, bro.
So let me ask you, Los.
Everybody don't deserve to get.
And then, not to really cut them more, but at the same time, it's just like, a lot of like the kids is influenced like the bad ways to go and get money. Like that's all they influenced by. That's all they see. So it's just like nobody don't really got the guts to tell them to be like, oh, this is a good way to make money. Like this is the best way for you to make money. Nobody really got that person to say that.
All the people that's older than them don't push them the right way. They push them left. They don't push them right.
And that's why I don't be too judgmental on the decision making of what I see. The things that I hear right now, I don't be too crazy judgmental. When I work with the teens, I don't sit here just when they are wilding out and things I don't just be like, yo, this kid is stupid. I understand those choices and decisions come with environment and they come with the people that you be with. Sometimes sometime at 14, you'll be chilling with a 40-year-old. That's how it is. Some neighborhoods, some neighborhoods when a 40-year-old go, yo, I'm gonna go see my mans. He might be 14, bro. You understand? And a lot of things is me working in the school, and when I talk to some youth, I go like this. I have to let them know it's not normal. It happens, but I really have to let them know that's not normal, bro. We fighting battles for real. You turn on your TV, you go downstairs, you go to the store. On your way to school, how many people tell you on your way to school, yo, bro, we out? How many people alter your decision of walking to school? The moment you leave your building, it might start from a home. You wake up, there ain't nobody in the crib. It's barely food. It's barely food in the crib. So you start with that. You woke up in your crib from it might be no mom. It might be no dad. It might be something going wrong. Now you got to go downstairs. Now you got 40 people outside that's facing probably the same shit. And they telling you like, yo, bro, we ain't going to school. What you think? Am I correct?
Nah, you is correct. I'm gonna keep it a stack. It be mad people that don't go to school at all. But I'll probably be the only one probably that go to school. Cause it's like, I go to school only because it's really nothing to do on the block, bro. The block gonna be the block. You gonna see the block. You could leave the block 3 years, bro. You could come back to the block. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
You're not learning nothing but just chilling on the block.
I got a question, right? So this is for me working, right? Like, cause the field that I want to go in, I have to listen and understand. So how do we connect it? How do we connect the disconnect as a me, or older black man to a young black man, right? How do we connect it? What are some things that we got to do to help y'all? What do you want us to do?
I mean,
pick us up when we lose ourselves. Put us in the right positions. Put us in the right ways that we can learn, that we teach us stuff that we didn't learn, that our parents didn't teach us. Cause it's like we are know stuff on our own. You get what I'm saying? But our parents would be like, oh, our parents didn't teach us none. But what that got to do with us? At the end of the day, I feel like if we got to learn on our own, why do we have to really respect our parents if we learn it on our own?
That's
no, I hear, and that's a valid point, and I can speak to that. Sometimes your environment doesn't really help you become the best, especially if the environment in social work. We got this thing called PI, and it's called person and environment. And if your environment is not fit for the person, then the person can't be fit for the environment. But hear me out. When you have resources like ARTSAVE, when you have resources like New Harlem Renaissance, right? Programs, that can help you, or support you in that development, right? It is very important that you guys open yourself up to receive the resources, to receive the services, right? Because a lot of times we get youth that come into the program just because they don't want to go to jail, or just because there's money being given out. But you have to ask yourself, would I do this if it wasn't no money involved, right? This is a life or death situation, right? And so sometimes you gotta look at it as such. This is my life. You can be alive and still be dead if your mind is not intact. We were just talking about that.
Absolutely.
AP was just talking about that. You know, your mind controls your brain controls everything. So it's very important that, and it's not where you come from, right? It's about how you want to rewrite the narrative, how you want to be able to say, okay, I'm going to let my circumstances not define me, but propel me to the next level, right? So I can be the best version of myself. So, but I hear what you're saying though. You know, your point is really valid. So yeah.
What you had to say to that?
Well, I'm gonna really keep it realistic, but it's like, I feel like the most, like, not saying like that y'all could really do is really give us advice. Cause it's like, most people would take that question like, oh, I could come in for anything I need. Like, I can't just get it on my own. I don't need to get it on my own. I'll just go get it from him. So it'll just be like, they'll take that and run with it. But it's like, the way I'm thinking that is like, advice is just like something you could really put us, like, you could put us on the stuff, like tell us stuff, like what's right and what's wrong, feel me? But it's up to us to listen to it. Cause it's like, you could tell a random little person like, yo, if you do this for me, you do right, you'll succeed in life. They'll be like, all right, boom. And then they'll just go about their day and do whatever they feel like is right. So it's just like, it'd be a waste of time. It was just like, if you just be like, oh, I'll give you advice to this and I'll give you advice to that. But it's just like, nobody really gonna take it. It's really up to them if they gonna take it or not.
That's true, right? But I'm gonna go back to what he said about like parents, right? Like sometime, like you gotta spin it sometime. When you look at an adult, when you look at, and that's when it comes to you. When you look at situations, right, where you saying, hey, this person don't know nothing, right? So they can't teach me nothing. They actually taught you something by not knowing nothing. Because if you don't try to learn nothing, that's how you're gonna be. So they taught you something. You just looking at it that way to say, yo, listen, damn, you don't know nothing, you ain't teach me nothing. They actually taught you something. When I see somebody that don't know nothing, you taught me everything I need to know.
So is it fair to say that it's all about perception?
It is. It's about how you want to receive it. It's all about how you want to receive it. We could say the same thing, but how you receive it, you got to be receptive of a lot of things. You get what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
I see we adults here, as I say, there's adults around you. You come and you start, like you say, your lost moment. You could come, yo, as me working in the school, yo, SMD, da-da. I don't get mad at you. I don't get paid to come here and get mad at you for saying SMD.
Not talking about that. Nah, that's really crazy because when I was in middle school, I used to go crazy on my teachers. That's crazy. Like, and then they used to dad tell me like, I don't care. You can say anything you want because I don't get paid for this. I could sit right in your face. You could tell me how much you want. I was like, I don't care, nigga. You eat up. I used to go crazy for me, but it was just like, now that I'm getting old, I just noticed it's like, that's not about nothing, bro. It didn't get me nowhere. It got him somewhere though.
I got a method. Like when I do, like when they come like that, you don't even realize I got you back in your class.
That's a fact.
So while you talking to me, yo, SMD, I'll be walking. I'll be like, what? Yo, you don't even realize I'll be walking with you like this while you cursing me out, and I walked you to class.
That's a fact.
You'll be saying, SMD, yo, I ain't going to class. Fuck this school. You don't even realize I walked you back into class.
That's a fact.
And you be like, yo, don't touch me. I never touched you. I never came to touch you. So how I be moving be so different to where they be like, all right, nah, Mr. Rush is bugged out. But it works. I just find a method to help you. That's why I ask. I say, yo, how do we help you? Or I got to do it my way. But I got to help you.
So let me ask this question. How prevalent or how relevant is gun violence and gang violence in either of your communities? And how does that affect you? So I guess let me ask a question. Are you aware of gun violence and gang violence in your community, right? And in seeing that, what does that do to you? Does it forces you to protect yourself, pick up a gun as well, or does it do something to you internally? What does it do to your mind? Like, can you speak to that? Anybody?
Well,
Again, we're talking about the environment, right?
I really just say stay out the way.
nah, I ain't gonna lie. Some people, like, it may be sad to say, but some kids is really used to it. It's just like, you could be in the house playing the game, you just hear shots outside. They just be like, oh, that's shots. Like, it's nothing. But it's like, not saying it like that. You go to like a suburb area, feel me? And then they go crazy because they not used to it. But it's like, over here it's different. But it's just like, kids don't really get it. They think it's just like, for me, with guns, like, even that's how it really starts though. You see how people play with Nerf guns and stuff like that? That's how it really starts. Feel me? But
yeah,
it's just like,
goes back to it's not normal. It's not normal.
it's not though.
You should feel some type of way. You should feel some type of way when you hear it. You like, damn.
But it's just like, I'm already used to it because it's like, this is what we see every day. So it's just like, it didn't matter in our eyes like when we was younger. So it's just like, we used to it.
Right.
So it's just like, we can't do nothing really about it. But
Have you ever lost anybody to gun violence?
nah.
Nobody?
It's a terrible feeling, honestly.
So I lost my cousin to gun violence. His name was Sydney, and so he was in Virginia, and then he was killed by a drive-by shooting, and that's how he died.
Wow. What does that do to you? How does that make you feel? Losing Sydney to gun violence.
It makes me feel sad. Like, what was so good about him that you had to kill him for?
Wow.
He didn't even say what was so bad about him. He said what was so good. What's so good about him that you had to kill him?
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Amir. How do you think we can, and this is open for anybody, can really find a root? And I already know what's related to gun violence, but I want to hear from you guys. How can we get to the root of really addressing specifically black on black gun violence, violence of any form, Latino on Latino, murder?
What about the cops?
Speak to that.
They harass. Well, I wouldn't even just say harassment. Like,
Yeah, they do.
a lot though.
Yeah, they do.
A lot.
Yeah, they do. That's
every day.
And to be honest, we ain't saying all cops, but your answer is so valid that it has to be. That's another not normal. Everything you're gonna speak about, I'm gonna say it's not. I'm gonna keep saying it's not normal because you're gonna say we used to that. When you go outside, I'm 36. How old are you?
17.
How old are you?
19.
Exactly. You saying the same thing I said. So that's how many years ago I felt like you sitting there. I got to go to the store and I still got somebody in a uniform, a grown ass man in a uniform that he went to school, got his degree, bothering me, telling me somebody on another block, yo, you gonna let them niggas do that to you? This is a grown man. He goes home to his family.
That's what?
But that's another thing though. That's another, we used to this thing. You go outside, you see cops and then they just frisk you for no reason. We used to that.
After he does that, and then and here's where the trauma kick in. Now that you 30, so from 17 and then you turn 30.
So
he's a captain now.
So it seems like I'm hearing this term, we're used to it. We're used to it. We're used to it. The question is, why are we used to it? Why are we used to accepting a narrative? Why are we used to having beef? Why are we used to not figuring out our rights? Why are we used to, just having, just life passes by, right? And not making our life worth something, Just because we come from an environment, excuse my French, that ain't shit, don't mean that we have to be like that, And it's frustrating to see youth who look like you, who look like me, Amir, AP.
For some,
continue to fight,
But that's how, I'm gonna be honest. To be honest, it ain't even, when you look at some of these young guys, we could ask these questions, right? But their parents live there. You gonna ask your moms why she filled out for housing? That's what she could afford. Do he know why some people jumped him just because his moms moved there? That's how it is. For some of them, I look at the reason why I don't be so judgmental. They gotta survive. Going to the store, his mom obviously, this is how it works. I moved here. I could afford this. We live here. Go to the store and get me some chicken. Do he know at 16, 30 kids is gonna jump him? Now that he get jumped for going to the store to get chicken, he don't care no more. I feel that. Trust me, I understand that.
To go to your point.
Then, wait. Now, I want to say this.
Go ahead.
Then to add on to what he just said, it's not even like because that somebody jumped him. It's just because like when somebody jumped him, then when he got mad, there's somebody that's older than you, then bigger than you, then a actual gang member or whatever you want to call it, is putting a battery in your back and really pushing you to the end until you want to, what you want to call it, crash out.
Right.
In the normal,
what I'm saying?
Here comes the next normal. Here comes the next unnormal. I'm gonna say, like I'm gonna keep kicking that's not normal. Here's the next not normal. Now the streets love him.
Right.
He's now, he moved there, got jumped, and now he's popular for what? Putting in some harm when they could have talked to him. Now these are most of your friends when you move here, you didn't go, yo, what's up, man? What's your name? How you doing? Like how we met on this podcast. They jumped you, you this, you that, and now y'all friends. But are you really friends? Nah. So somebody got killed. Now, why did this person really kill this person? You say, yo, that's my bro. Why did he kill him? How y'all met? You jumped me 10 years ago. Now we just outside doing what? We not going to school together. We outside doing street shit. So street shit is going to happen through this friendship. So-called.
So you spoke about survival. And I want to talk about a little bit about that. And I want to get your...
Part of my language too.
That's all right. I want to get your perspective. And AP, I want to get... AJ, I want to get your perspective. When it comes to survival, how often are you living in survival mode?
Hold on. Surviving.
Walking.
Every
let me be more.
every day,
let me be more specific.
Surviving.
When it comes to avoiding certain conflict within your communities, right? When it comes to certain, and I get it. I know you're probably like in survival mode, but I just want to hear, your thoughts on or your feedback on that.
It's like You can never let our guard down. It's just like you always got to keep your head up. You always got to be aware of certain things. You always got to, it's just like you always got to just keep your eyes open and always just grow eyes at the back of your head. But it's just like some people don't always look over their shoulder. They just be aware. So it's just like when you say like survival mode, like that's what like people really do. Like we just be, feel me, not hiding, but like, you know, we can't really go certain places. And it's just like, we boxed in, but it's like we don't. Sometimes it's like we don't really think about the like for me what we do, but it's like we gotta face the reality of it. Tension.
What's your reality?
Well, my reality is just like, right? What you mean, my reality?
What's your truth?
Well,
I mean, when it comes to what would ceasefire, right? When it comes to the episode, ceasefire, gang violence, gun violence, mental health, what's your truth?
well, a lot of people say like before all this shooting stuff, we used to be fighting, but it's just like you could say like you could tell the world to stop shooting, but you really think the world gonna listen? Like, no, let's really be realistic here. You could really be there like with a whole bunch of crowd and you could just stand in the project or something and be like, oh, ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. That's not really going, like, just because you really tell a person ceasefire don't mean they're going to listen. Some people really got their own problems like where they can't ceasefire.
That's the truth.
So is it like would you say it's like a catch-22? Damn if you do, damn if you don't?
Yeah.
I mean, you right? But to be honest, it's like I say, and I got this from one of my teachers, right? And she said, it's like you just gotta plant the seed. You can't tell how it's gonna grow. You understand? You just gotta plant the seed. So when I look at you right now, I be looking right now as we saying that boxed in thing. That's how I used to think. Like, yo, you know what? You know what I mean? We boxed in. 6 train here, project shaped like a square. It's a box, store, liquor store, park. I don't need to go nowhere, but you do. You understand? So I don't, that's why I say I never judge it, because I understand it. You understand? I don't, but at the end of the day, whatever's happening there, you still gotta be you. So that's happening, yes, but you still gotta plant the seed. If you feel like ceasefire, then say it. Somebody, you're gonna catch an ear, and then that person gonna catch somebody else's ear. You might catch 1 out of every 10, but 1 out of 10 is pretty damn good, because then you'll get 2 out of 20, 3 out of 30, and it'll reach. You get me? So it's okay. It's okay to sit here and be like, yo, you know what? Ceasefire. You don't like it. You don't like it. It don't gotta, just because it's the norm. It's been going on years, but you don't like it. Say it. It's okay to say it. Yo, I don't like this. Yo, put this gun shit away. Yo, pardon my language. Put this. I don't like this. I don't want to hear shootings no more. I don't want to hear it. I'm 30 something. I'm telling you, I don't want to hear it. It's norm to me too. But do I want to hear it? No. So I'm talking. I'm meeting you. I'm talking about. I don't want to hear it.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. It's boring.
It's boring.
This shit is trash, bro. Like, just being in the hood, bro. I lived in the hood my whole life. I'm only 17. I'm just saying it now, bro. All these little kids that's growing up in these hoods thinking it's fun. They having their fun now because they kids, bro. They're gonna have fun. Everybody that was kids had fun before, just like they are having fun. They're gonna notice all this dumb stuff they was doing when they was kids. When they grow up 17, 16, they gonna meet them jail cells. They gonna see the court. They gonna be crying. They gonna be tearing. They gonna be calling for mommy. They gonna be calling for daddy. They gonna be calling for whoever they gonna call for. But nobody could help them but mommy.
Right.
And the game changes.
They're gonna notice that, and they going. It's gonna hurt them, bro. It's gonna hurt them, bro. And it's gonna hurt, bro. And that's how it's gonna feel, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I don't really want to say too much right now, but I just feel like, bro, this shit is just whack. And all the people that just...
What are you referring to?
Huh?
He's saying this, all this, the street stuff, all that, it's whack.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
not getting nobody nowhere, but just the same place.
So what would you say to those youth who feel like it's not whack? What would you say to them?
What would I say to them?
What would you say to those youth who feel like this is my way, this is the only way, and this is all I know, so I'm gonna continue to behave in this manner? What would you say to that?
Because there's younger people that watch you. There's people, when you walk in the store, when you look at us and you say, yo, old head, when you walk in the store, there's a 4-year-old to go, look at this old head.
You got a young kid right here.
When you go when you buy a 5-year-old chips in the store, because you know when you in the store, yo, shorty, what's up? Yo, here, take these chips. That's how he looking at you. So he watching just as well as you say is, remember that, just as well as you looking at us, there's a little kid right here like this. I want to do exactly that. So you gotta watch what you do at that age too. And understand, I always say this, once I learned this, there's a system behind this. It's designed. That's why we feel like that. It's designed.
Absolutely.
And even though, you know, people want to say race don't play a part of it, race play a part of it. So I do talk to my young black brothers for the simple fact of that. When we shake hands, this is how dangerous it is. When we shake hands and come together as friends, they're calling us a gang anyway. What my friend, when I can go to school and this is how dangerous it is. You can go to school. He don't go to school. And you come shake his hand. Affiliation. You
Not even
affiliated.
saying that.
Now you get the lowest years. You get this, he get his time, but he get the lowest years. You got him years for shaking his hand.
Nah, can I say this? You talking about that? I swear, if all of us walk outside right now, the boys is running down on us. They running down on us real fast. They gonna be like, who's that? All of us got ski. All right, let's say there's 2 of us got ski masks on, and it's just like 10 of us. They're gonna run down on us.
Yeah, but you got a ski mask on. I'm
It
sorry.
don't matter.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
What does a ski mask? Can I say that?
Nah,
Because people say ski
I
mask
bet.
this, ski mask that. What does a ski mask got to do with anything? I see construction workers with ski masks. They don't run down on them.
But you got to understand.
Yo, you gonna shake my
Hold
hand?
on, I got a question. I got a question.
After I answer this, you gonna shake my hand.
I got a
All
question.
right, go ahead, AP. Go ahead.
After I answer this, you gonna shake my hand. You know why? I just saw a kid on the train, 17 years old. A lot of you not. And he was trying to sell candy.
With a ski mask on.
Yeah, I got a question.
Now hold on.
I got a
I'm gonna
question.
just say this. Hold on. I'm asking you something right now. I got your favorite candy right now, bro. I got a ski on, and I'm coming to sell you candy. Why would you pull your money out to buy this candy? I have a robber's mask on. I'm trying to sell you something though, but buy it. What do you think? I got a ski mask on, yo, bro. You coming to sell me those, and I got a ski mask on.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm fake walking over.
I bet.
Because you got that.
Same thing.
Shake my hand after that. You understand? You understand why you shouldn't be walking around with a ski mask?
That right there.
But not
I
only-
don't know if you trying to 48 me. You heard me. You got the ski mask on. You got candy in here. You trying to make me back out all my money out of my pocket. You trying to see what I got in my pocket.
So now you walk in the streets, 2 of y'all with a ski mask on. There's 10 of y'all in the group. Somebody got to get stopped. People got to walk past y'all, bro. You were right here, 2 ski masks on, and there's 10 of y'all. And I'm trying to go in the store.
And especially, right, with the stigma already that's attached, that's associated with your skin complexion, right? You got to think about that too. So not only do you have a ski mask on, but this is a black young man, right, with a ski mask on.
Who was getting killed.
That's
We
not
get killed
racist.
for hoodies. So you just
That
added on.
that's
It's racist, but that's the society that we live in.
But
And you got to understand.
You say that, but I see it as there's actually other black men working as a cop too, and they see us as little black men too. They see us the same exact way too. That's not supposed to.
That leads into what we were talking about, intersectionality, right? Intersectionality, right? And so you may have some black men who, in the middle class, upper class, you look at, you know, a rich black man, right? You're not going to see him in the hood. He's not going to be treated the way we're treated in the hood, right? And you're talking about intersectionality, right? Because you come from the lowest of the low, right? And you have very little education, very little economic wealth. You're going to be treated as such, right? And so the black man who is in a predominantly suburban neighborhood, has wealth, has the education, he's not going to be treated. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter about the, sometimes it do, right? Yeah. It depends on where you're at, but go ahead, finish.
This is how I feel. That's what's wrong with this world today. They don't treat us the same. And this is why it's all mixed up. And this is why some black kids is in a gang, because all those rich black kids that grew up as cops and they did what they did when they grew up, they didn't see that type of side that we seen. They not on that side of the wall. They didn't see the dark side. They seen the light side. So they didn't see what we seen. So what I'm trying to say and I'm trying to get out is they don't feel how we feel. They didn't feel how we feel. They didn't go what we go through. They just felt it. They just took it along what they took, because they moms and they father was already, they made it. So they didn't have to really do nothing with their life but just go to school. So
and that's exactly the point. You said it. They don't feel what we feel. They don't understand how we feel. Doesn't mean that we have to accept that, right? But just because we have it 10 times harder than, you know, the average other ethnic group, right? And that you said it yourself.
It's the reasons to why the reasons to why the harder it is more reasons to why we should apply ourselves. So the norm is already, that's why I say it's unnormal, but the norm is already hard, right? Anything you do to add on to that, you just dig in a deeper hole.
But I would say like this too, like even when they'll see you doing good, they will still hate. They will still hate. Even if like they'll see you make a little money, they'll see you do this, they'll just watch you. And even from a distance, they'll still watch you.
And this is why you have to understand the world that you live in. And this is why these conversations are needed. So when we talk about ceasefire, right, we're talking about ceasing fire on, you know, accepting the norm or the abnormal, right? Accepting that, right? Stop accepting that. Stop accepting not going to school. Stop accepting killing. Stop accepting killing someone who looks like you. We have to change the narrative. And this is where it begins, right? When we can sit here and come to in a space where we can really have a honest, intelligent dialogue about what is needed. It doesn't start with them. It starts with us, right? It starts with us. It starts with what we want to define for ourselves. You understand what I'm saying?
You're going to make your mistakes.
And they're not going to care. But, you know, it's all a learning process. And this is what Ceasefire is all about, really unpacking intersectionality, unpacking our trauma as it relates to just violence on all levels, right? If you really go back into history, you can track where violence came from, you know, you'll get a better understanding. We're not going to talk about that right now, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, we have to tap into our own trauma.
Because we tapping into it, it's going to go back into a lot of racism, because we are really, to be honest, in our neighborhoods, it's like this, but we're really not that, we're not vicious people. Now, it's the societies the environments that they put us in, it forces people to be like that. But I want you to know that us people, we are not, if you were, like he's saying, going back in history,
yeah,
it's a system. So it forced us to be in certain situations and things like that. You get what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question now? like of a serious question. Like, alright. Everybody says, alright, you in your 30s, you probably in your 30s, he probably in his 30s. A lot of everybody probably in here in their 30s, 40s. Young kids in here is probably 12 and up or whatever. What made y'all go right instead of left?
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I tell myself I'm a reformed man. You understand? I sat in your shoes. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I saw a lot of things. I've been in a lot of things. You understand? That's why I say I don't judge, and I understand those mistakes in your environment. Decisions have to be made fast. That's the reason why we mess up so much.
But so what made you like want to really stop doing it though? Like
my daughter told me, you know, I have this thing with my daughter. I say doors is open, doors is closed. So when I say doors is open, that means she's not my daughter. I'm just the ear. You're allowed to tell me and say whatever you need to say, and I got to take it. So one time I said doors is open. She said, Dad, you be on corners.
So saying it like this though, like if you didn't have a daughter though, like what would you like refer yourself to?
I still had some people that was reaching. I still had people that was reaching. I had some people that was reaching. They used to be like, yo, what are you doing? And then after a while you will see it. I'm really not gaining. I didn't gain anything, bro.
So I'm going to answer that question, and then I'm going to let Amir go ahead and ask the final question. For me, I looked at myself. What made me really want to change, I looked at myself as the problem, right? I was on a very self-destructive spiral, and I knew I didn't want my kids to see me as such. So in order for me to really change, I had to go deep down inside and really look at my past history and undress some stuff. I had to forgive my mom, rest in peace. I had to forgive my dad. He's still living. And there's a lot of forgiveness that I had to do as an adult that I didn't really want to do, but I had to do so that I can move forward, so I can live.
And as a straight man, ain't no women in jail. That's another thing. There's no women, and I'm not gonna go years without dating no women. This is fact. That's the realest answer too. There's no.
I don't even want to be in one tight space around men anyway.
So Amir So we're gonna wrap it up. Amir has one last final question for Ceasefire, and it's open to you two.
How can platforms like podcasts and media be utilized to raise awareness on gun violence?
Well, it could be like a little lesson. Not really like a little lesson, but like a little preview of the future. It's just like, for me, we could come on here, we could speak our truth. Some people can relate, some people cannot. But it's just for people to understand like the struggles and all the like the stuff we go through, and people just think it's entertainment and all fun and just for the clout and social media, but it's really real life. And that's for some like, and another thing about it too is peer pressure. Peer pressure is the one thing too. It's just like, you can be with your mans one day, feel me? Then that man's can be not your man's for real, and then he could just lead you the wrong way, and then into dumb situations that you don't even know nothing about, and you just get caught up in these situations. Then only way, you feel me?
Right.
Only way ones that's there is you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
What I gotta say? Instagram. I just feel like Instagram is just for people that just run their mouth. It's just social media. Like, obviously, bro, people is gonna talk. You're not gonna. Obviously, you can't meet up. You can meet up in real life, yeah. It's social media at the end of the day, bro. A nigga That's saying like, I go on Instagram, right? And me and Agent got beef with someone. I go on Instagram talking shit about him. He can't do nothing over the phone.
A lot of people make social media their
Like,
best
he can't
friend.
do nothing over the phone.
Right.
So when people text me, bro, or say I'm this and that, bro, you saying over the phone, bro. You don't do that when you see me. So what am I gonna like? Why am I caring about what you saying on Instagram?
Perspectives.
Like it's Instagram at the end of the day, bro.
Right.
A lot of people,
Don't lie,
a lot of people will post on their story of how they feeling. Like, why am I posting anything on my story of how I'm feeling? Like anybody gonna swipe up and care? Like,
Right.
And the only thing I'm posting about is my girl.
nah, money for me, money in my dreams.
Well, we're going to wrap it up. We want to thank you for tuning in to the first ARTSAVE PodPower podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you next time.
In the spot to make it hot.